Hi, friends. It's me, Keisha, also known as Color Me Pink, and I am here with my All Tea, All Shade, Ready to Love season 4 reunion part 1. How are you guys doing this lovely Friday? I pray that you all had a wonderful day. I did. Isn't my hair so cute? Oh, I just love my new style and cut. I love it so much. Love these glasses. I got them from Shein, by the way. But I just wanted to put them on right now because they were sitting next to me. But let me take them off right now because I won't be able to read my notes with them on. Anywho, if you have not subscribed to my channel, what the hell are you waiting for? I mean, look at me. Look at my hair. I'm cute. All right, hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on your notification bell button so you know when my videos drop. All right, so you know how we do with all the reunions. Let's get into my best and worst dress. Oh, by the way, starting next Friday, I will be doing reviews on Put a Ring on It. So by next week, I'll be reviewing episode 3. Won't be reviewing the first two, just episode 3 moving forward, and all the other ones. But I'm gonna get caught up on episode 1 and 2 actually tonight, because I didn't even know the season began, and I didn't even know that the new season of David Makes Man started. Oh my god, I'm like so behind. But as you can see, I've been busy. Oh, y'all like my earrings too? Aren't these so cute? Shein, bitches. Shein, fabulous. Anywho, so for my best dressed woman at the reunion, I'm going to go with Andrea. She got voted out pretty early, but she came with it for the fashions. I loved her her slicked back ponytail, long braid, her very natural minimalist makeup. It was just enough. The earrings, the black organza see-through dress. It was sexy. It was age appropriate. It was still stylish and current. It was fabulous. Everybody else though on that stage, as far as the girls, looked a hot diggity damn mess. I mean, the fashions, that wasn't even no fashions. That was swap meet, bitch. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. Everybody looked a mess, child. Like, I was looking like, is this how the people of Houston walk around? Because I don't ever want to come. Everybody looked horrible. But anywho, best dressed man for me went to Shark Tales. He looked really sexy for some reason. I don't know if it's because of Liz putting that thing on him or what. But he looked really nice in his little outfit, until he opened his mouth and I saw them teeth. I was just like, ugh. But his outfit looked good nonetheless. Worst dressed woman for me, number 1 goes to Amber, also known as Hoe Cakes. I don't know what in the Zamunda was going on there. I felt like I was watching an episode of The Lion King. I felt like she was the princess coming to marry Hakeem. I don't know what the fuck this shit was on the arm. It looked like a rattlesnake. I don't know what the fuck that shit was. I don't know if it was cultural. I just know it looked a hot mess. It was gaudy as hell. It was doing too much. What was this shit on her shoulder? Was it like a couch cushion? Was it like for neck support? Was it a back brace? What the hell was it? And then here come Flea looking like she one of the maids, the Flower Girl maids from Coming to America. I did not like that burgundy sequined dress that she had on with this big ass poof shoulder looking like Popeye the Sailor Man. It was like, where did it come from? And then Chrysanthemum, when she sat down on the couch, she had on this like puke colored bodysuit, bedazzled bodysuit. It was a horrible shade of white. It was like a skim milk white color. It just looked dingy. The fit wasn't right. That whole outfit is just so played out. Everybody looked a mess as far as the girls, except for Andrea. Worst dressed man for me goes to none other than Chris. Chris' suit looked like the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. I don't know where in the fuck this nigga was going. He just reminded me of a Vegas hotel. It was so over the top. It was just too zesty for me, child. It was just doing way too much. I wasn't digging it at all, child. It was too bedazzled. It just reminded me of something like Burt Reynolds would have wore back in the 70s, or Tom Jones would have performed in Las Vegas. It was just a mess. So let's get into the reunion. We start off with Amber and Chris, who are still dating. I'm surprised because, I did not see it for them, but they still holding on. I still think she low-key using him and he a fool, and she out here still doing her thing because I call her hoe cakes for a reason. Kyra's segment comes up and her hair is still fat. Like, that wig is it just puffs up immediately. Like, I need for her to get a new wig. She looked like she need to be a part of the group. What was that? The Mandelas, Martha and the Vandellas. Like, I don't know where the hell she going with that wig. So Tommy asked Kyra, how does it feel to be pursued by all these men? Because, at some point, like, all the guys were picking her. And she was like, I felt like it put a target on my back. And there was a breakdown between Jason and our relationship. And he kind of dropped his head like, here we go with this bullshit. And I don't think that was the breakdown of y'all relationship. It was the fact that you couldn't make a fucking decision. Like, oh, she is annoying. So she was like, I also feel like I had a target from the other women. I do think that the other women were feeling some type of way when they found out, of course. Because I would be feeling like, well, if all these niggas choosing her, then why the fuck am I her? So Tommy was like, Alexis, did you have a problem with how Kyra walked this journey? And Fleet was like, I felt like I was told one thing, then heard other things. How did all of these men shift to Kyra? So Kyra was like, don't question me, question them. And I was like, ooh, attitude, saucy, ooh. So Fleet was like, let me finish. It was said that you may not have been here for love and just to get to the end. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. Ding. She just one of those women that just want to know that she got a nigga. Like, she like to play with niggas' feelings. She just want to keep you in her stable. She really don't see it for none of these motherfuckers, for real. And at this point, it's obvious that she's still feeling some type of way that Jason ain't seeing it for her no more. Like, that is bothering her. It is really bothering her that he is not on her team no more. And she's not going to stop until he's back liking her or showing her some type of attention, and then she'll go back to discarding him. That's a confused ass bitch. So, where was I at? So Tommy was like, y'all wouldn't know nothing about this shift unless somebody in my lounge didn't say something about it. And so that's shade towards Kyrie's daddy, aka Ron. So they cut for break, and backstage, Kyra says to all the girls, I was hearing that Ron was the person starting mess. Ron tried to talk to me before the show, but I don't like Ron. So everybody at this point is looking like, oh, really? Like, he tried to talk to you before the show. Didn't know that. And I wonder why she didn't even say that on the show. Like, he tried to get at me, before we even got here, or whatever the case may be. That was something I would have divulged to the other girls. You divulged that you dated AJ before the show. So, Kyra says he acting shady towards me because I ain't give him no play. Ron is just a fuck nigga all around. I called him Kyrie's daddy for a reason, y'all. I saw right through him from the Meet the Cast episode. I just saw bullshit ass nigga, fuck boy ass nigga. As soon as I saw him, he reminded me so much of Kyrie's father, not only physically, but just his whole conversation and everything. His mindset was just like, ugh. So Vernisha was like, all these men full of shit. And I was like, you better say a word. You better call Tyrone. Call him. And like, I knew by the time we got to this reunion that Vernisha and Joel, aka Full House, was not going to be fucking around with each other. I was shocked that like I said, Hoe Cakes and Chris was even still dating, because the only people that I even saw remotely being together at this reunion was Liz and Jason, but I didn't even really see it for them. We also then find out that Christian and Andrea have been dating. Christian got kicked off night one. They've been talking, rather, not dating, talking. So he gets up and asks her out on a date, and she says yes. And I like them. He a cute little man. And this goes because all the women wanted, the more loud, boisterous alpha males in the house, and they discarded him so early. But he the type of motherfucker that's gonna treat your ass right. This little quiet motherfucker, that's what you want. The quiet motherfucker that's over here in the corner not saying shit. So I hope that they, go somewhere with that. So then we find out that Khalil and Ida been talking, and Ida immediately had an attitude, and she was like, we didn't discuss that we were going public today. So Tommy was like, damn, like, what's that about? So she was like, I thought since we've been on quite a few dates, I said like, hey, do you mind if I tell them that we're talking? And he was like, yeah, no. So at this point, I really been like, oh, well, shit, if you don't want nobody to know about us, then what the fuck are we doing? So Khalil was like, I was trying to wait till the reunion. So I took that as they started dating while the show was still filming, and she wanted to let the producers know that. Or it could have meant that she was referring to the reunion, and he was like, yeah, no, I don't want to say that. Either way it goes, boy, fuck you, funny looking bastard. So, Kyrie's daddy segment come up. And Tommy tells him that, that's not how you talk to a lady, because they, of course, replayed the last conversation between him and Flea. So he says that he told Flea that he thought she was smarter than that to believe AJ, because he was like, up until then, she was basically feeling me. Then at the last minute, she's started fucking with AJ, and I couldn't really believe that she was doing it. So now that we know some other stuff that he brought up later on in the reunion, I was like, oh, he did mean it that way. He did mean it that way. So I'll give him a pass on that statement and that statement alone. But all the other shit, boy, fuck you. Fuck ass nigga. So, Flea clarifies that how he said it in the scene was how she took it. Tommy gets on him for being disrespectful, which he should have. And Kyrie's daddy was like, I take accountability for my part. I felt like I kept on getting jabbed about my religion. Me and Alexis were in each other's bottoms. We came out of nowhere. He was like, basically like, this just came out of nowhere to us, that point, like we weren't even seeing it for each other at first. And he was like, I also feel like we both need to take accountability. I don't agree with that. I don't think that from what we saw on the show that she did anything to warrant that treatment from you, sir. So Tommy was like, we saw you tell Chrysanthemum she was your top. So he was like, I said top one on the first 2 days. Tommy was like, Chrysanthemum, are you buying this? And she was like, no. I'm like, how are you picking someone else over me? I met your mama. And I'm like, oh, hell no. He really a fuck boy. He the type of motherfucker that will lead you down a path of thinking y'all gonna be together, gonna get married, have children, get a mortgage together. And meanwhile, all in his head, this is just like nothing to him. Like, he is the worst kind of man to come across, and I've come across a man like him before. Oh, that shit is a mind fuck, and it will fuck you up. Like, you gotta be real aware of niggas like him. Like, you took this girl to meet your mother, girl. Okay. So because, we as women, we take that shit seriously. Like Alexis said, that's like a big step in relationships. But for a man like him, it's just like, hey, you just meet my mama. Shit, don't give a fuck. So even he was like, I took her because she lived close. Like, what kind of fucking decision is that to take somebody to meet your mama just because they live around the block from each other? The fuck? I wish Kyrie's would bring some little girl home to meet me just to meet me. It ain't like serious or nothing. Boy, if you don't get this little bitch out my face, boy. Anywho, so Tommy brings up him saying that he kissed Hoe Cakes. So Kyrie's daddy was like, she didn't tell me that she kissed AJ. I knew how that felt. I always had a connection with Amber. We've been out on several dates. So Hoe Cakes jumps in and was like, many dates? And he was like, a couple. And she was like, no, we haven't. He was like, well, one. Well, nigga, which one is it? Because it done went from a couple to 2 to 1. Like, what the fuck? So Amber was like, you haven't been a man throughout this entire process. You lied, and you told Alexis that we've been planning to date after this. You lied that day. You're lying now. So Ron says that he was down with Alexis, that he was done with Alexis when he kissed Amber. And Alexis was like, that's not true. That is not true at all. So at this point, I was like, damn, I gotta apologize to Hoe Cakes for giving her the name Hoe Cakes. I still feel like she got that whole spirit. It's something about her I just don't trust. I don't trust her as being a great option for Chris. It's just something about her that seems like she playing him. Because the fact still remains that y'all did go out on a date and that y'all did kiss. Because she didn't dispute that. She just disputed that they went on many dates. So it's just still something there with her. But Ron is a bitch. He's a bitch, and he act like a. I don't even want to say he act like a female because. We don't roll like that over here. So he just act like a pussy. He act like a puss ass nigga. Like, boy, bye. Ugh. Ugh. So, backstage, Ron says that he was the victim and that Alexis cheated on him. I'm like, how could she cheat on you if y'all was never together? Y'all on a fucking dating show. You sound like the tongue-tied nigga that you are. You old tongue-tied bastard. So, freaking frack segment come up. And they don't think that their friendship should have deterred them from the process of, dating. And then the conversation of a double standard came up because before their segment, they had a whole segment on the bromance between the guys and how well they got along and how they built friendships. But then when it came to freaking frack, it was like we couldn't get next to them because they was always together. Now, I can understand where the guys are coming from because it was like they were joined at the hip. But at the same time, I also understood where Chrysanthemum and old girl was talking about, like, y'all can make friendship and it was no problem. But then when we did the same thing, y'all act like it was such a big, deal. Like, we never divulged our conversations with y'all with each other. So I agree with them. I didn't look at it that way, so I changed my mind on the freaking frack situation. But because they were just annoying more so than anything at this point. So AJ's segment comes up, child. And it's AJ, broke ass, Alexis, Flea, and Kyra Bigwig on on the couch. So Alexis says that when he kissed her, it wasn't the kiss that sealed the deal for her. It was what he said after it, which was that I'm in pursuit of you. That was confirmation that she really wanted to give them a chance over the situation with Ron. So AJ says that anyone he spent time with on the show, he was in pursuit of. I'm like, bruh, no. You don't tell a woman I'm in pursuit of you and then now you want to say that meant I was in pursuit of everybody. Like, you, when you say you're in pursuit of somebody, that means I'm focused on you. See, niggas be playing games, bro. They be playing games. They say one thing but mean another. That's why you cannot base your opinions and your feelings on a man based off the shit that he say. I learned this the hard way. I'm telling you, this is a Keisha confession. We also call these Keisha confession. Don't believe shit these niggas tell you out their mouth. Believe everything that they show you with their actions. Okay, ladies? I don't care how old you are. A motherfucker can sell you a whole motherfucking pipe dream, but his actions is what's really going to clarify how he feels about you. You know when a motherfucker fuck with you for real, because they gonna show it to you. And their mannerism and their behavior, the way they speak to you, the way they treat you, all of that shit. So, like, niggas like AJ, they all talk and no backup. I told y'all from the fucking Meet the Cast episode that he was broke. He was there for the fucking food, for the free trips, for the free dinners, and just to have his little 15 minutes of fame on television. Only thing he had going for him was that beard. I bet you if you shave that motherfucking beard off, he wouldn't even be attractive, and he wasn't even all that to me. Like, no. So Tommy was like, why did you choose to send Alexis home? He was like, Ron was her top choice the whole time. If he didn't have that conversation with her, she would have chose him. And then Ron jumped in, was like, when y'all kissed, her whole essence towards me changed. So he's disputing that. He was like, she wasn't even really feeling me at that point. So AJ was like, you said I treated her bad. So since we're here, how was that? So then Ron spills the tea that it was off camera at my house. I was walking her to the car and you stopped her and said, I ain't got no time with you yet. It was about 2 hours later. She was still in the room. He never came. So I'm like, Alexis Fly, as you call yourself. Pretty Ricky, what they call him. At this point, I realized Alexis has low self-esteem and she masks it with this whole Alexis so fly shit. I'm so fly. I got all the cutest clothes when she don't. And that's to build up her esteem, because What woman of your age is going to sit up here and wait 2 hours and fall asleep in a room for some man to come talk to me? I'm only waiting 10 minutes. And after that, I'm up. Nigga, you not about what? Like, she's so thirsty. Like, bruh, like, Alexis need to work on herself and her self-esteem, because she talk a good game, but then she also does not back it up. Girl, you a goddamn fool. And then after that, you was still checking for him? Girl, once again, a motherfucker can tell you anything out their mouth, but their actions say everything. The fact that he left her upstairs for 2 hours and didn't even go to check on her, say nothing to her, tell her my bad, nothing. It was Ron that had to go tell her, hey, yo, I don't even think he coming. You might as well just go on ahead and go home. So now it makes sense when Ron said, I told her I thought she was smarter than that. Now it all makes sense, because he was talking about, like, we all saw how this nigga treated you. He left you upstairs in a room for 2 hours waiting on him, and he didn't even come check on you. And so when Tommy asked AJ about it, he was like, yeah, I was down there talking to the fellas. Boy, girl, all right. So Tommy was like, he chooses you. So what made you decide to choose yourself, to Kyra? So Kyra was like, I love hard. We hadn't spent that much time together. My heart and my mind was focused on Jason. When I saw that it wasn't working out, I decided to focus more on AJ. So when we got to the end, I wanted to make sure that I chose him and that he chose me. So I felt like we just needed some more time with each other before we got to that level. I can understand that. And maybe that was something that she could have voiced, but she should have voiced it earlier on. You know what I'm saying? She should have voiced it that night when he decided to change his mind about her, because you still weren't sure, ma'am. You still weren't sure. Your feelings weren't there. You still hung up on Jason because Jason don't want your ass. And you wasted his time and everybody else's time. You know what I'm saying? So there's still no excuse for Kyra's behavior. And it goes to show that I feel, and I stand on the fact that she just wanted to make it to the end. Point blank, end the period. So Tommy was like, y'all left this process and we're dating. What's happening now? So they get quiet and he like, uh-oh. So AJ was like, I'm still willing to date. So Kyra was like, before the show, I had a trip planned to go out of the country for 2 weeks. So I made the intention every day to talk to AJ. So she was saying they talked every day while she was going on this 2-week trip. She says, when I get back, I receive a call from Alexis. I heard that y'all had gone out on a date and had been kicking it a little bit after. So Alexa was like, AJ did not tell me they were dating. At the end of the show, we weren't even talking. My birthday came and I DM'd him and asked him, was anything that happened between us real? Did he mean anything he said? My God, if you don't stop throwing yourself at this nigga, like how many ways and he got to show you ain't it. You just something to do for the moment. Girl, he know he got a fool on his hand. He know you the type of bitch that's gonna pay his cell phone bill. He know you the type of bitch, if you could say he say I'm hungry, fix me something to eat, I'm about to come through, you gonna do it. You's a fool, girl. And he like Kyra because Kyra ain't checking for him. Duh. You gotta treat these niggas like they ain't shit. So where was I at? So she says that he responded and said, yeah, I meant everything that I said. And she was like, that brought my walls down. Bitch, they was already down when you reached out to him. So then he said he wanted to take me on a date for my birthday. We go out and we kiss and I got a picture of it and this, that, and the third. And AJ was like, if we're dating, then that's what we're doing. Talking about how he felt like it was okay for him to take Alexis out on a date because him and Kyra were just dating. They did not have a commitment with one another. So Tommy was like, you have entertained both of these women for a long time. Which one do you want to be with? And he was like, it's not Alexis. And I was like, everybody was like, damn. And she was like, I mean, yeah, because we not talking, but you could tell that shit hurt her motherfucking feelings. Like, he, once again, still not choosing your dumb ass. And I bet you, even at the reunion, she gonna reach out to his ass again. Did you really mean what you said on stage? Because that hurt my feelings. Oh, God. I bet you when they went out on that date that she paid. God damn it. So Tommy was like, are you interested in still dating AJ, to Kyra? And he was like, yes or no. And then it cut because we have to find out on next week's episode. As far as AJ taking Alexis out on a date while he was talking to Kyra, was it wrong? Technically, no, but he should have informed her of what was going on. At least give her the decency of telling her, because true, y'all are dating. There's no commitment there. She still ain't made up her mind on what she want to do, but y'all are communicating, y'all are talking, y'all are dating. So at this point, I would have just made it clear, we're not together, so I'm still going to date and do me and see other people. You have the right to do that as well. If and when at that time you decide that you want to take this further, let me know. But this is where I'm at in this whole process. So I feel like he should have at least gave her that courtesy. But overall, I don't think that he was wrong. Kyra backstage talking to Vernisha, talking about he should have told her, girl, you think that you're supposed to have niggas in limbo just waiting around on you, twiddling their thumbs for you to make a decision on whether or not you want to be with them. Girl, who you think you are? With that James Brown wig on. Girl, anywho, this was my review of Ready to Love Season 4 Reunion Part 1. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys so much, and I thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. See you Sunday. Bye.